What up? How's everyone doing? Yo, I mean, I'm in the East Coast, so I'm starting out. I don't know where it says I'm from, but I'm in the US, so it's only 6:30 for me. It's only 6:30 for me, but we're getting this thing started. Know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? Let's see here. All right, I'll play one more song and then we'll get this thing going. There we go. How are you doing, Carson Mikey? Not sure how to say your name. We're gonna get this thing on the road here in just a second. I gotta hype myself up first, you know? Boom, 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 boom. Y'all doing okay out there? What up? How is everybody doing tonight? I gotta fix this other thing at some point here. No, sir, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Oh, there we go. That'll do for now. That'll do for now. It's not perfect, but hey, it works. It works. Same thing with this one too. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. But either way, what is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Philosopher live stream. Welcome back to Where is the Line? Let's go ahead and, on my end, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Yeah. Welcome back. This part of the stream is called Where is the Line? Where is the line? Right? And if you know me, if you've been on my streams at all, then you know I've already been talking a lot about this. All right. I've been talking a good bit about this concept of where is the line between rationality and insanity? Where is the line with what we allow ourselves to be put through? Where is a line with so many topics, right? And we're going to continue that today. We have been doing a deep dive for the last almost month now, 3 weeks into Jim Crow and segregation, and partly because of a few different reasons. One was a comment that I got on a YouTube video a while back, and then the other one was actually a debate / interaction that I had with some crazy MAGA people that made me want to double down on it even more. Okay, and so that's what we're doing. And we've been watching a few videos. We're going to get in some documentation in a few weeks as well, because I want to dive into the guts of it. Not as fun, probably, maybe. I got to do more research on that side, but I do think it is still important. Now, today's episode of Where's the Line is going to be getting a little bit more testimonial, we'll say. Okay. We're going to be talking about and looking at some testimonials or some reactions from students during the Jim Crow era. Okay. Now, this is a video. This is from Hezekiah News and Films. So, as you can see on this YouTube channel here, it is Hezekiah News and Films. That is what we're going to be watching here. And this is going to be students. I don't remember Hezekiah being the first high school, but I think it was one of the schools earlier in the Jim Crow era during the segregation where they were talking about integration. And so these are students that are just sharing their feelings. These, I believe, high school students. And I don't want to have too much preamble here. The only thing I'll say is if you do like having conversations, hard conversations about really important topics like Black history, like freedom, like what actual democracy or democratic republic is, whatever you want to call it, those sort of concepts where we feel like the leaders or the media are not pushing, they are pushing an agenda in their own way. And you just want to be able to have a conversation with rationality. Please like and subscribe. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying that I'm some sort of genius. All I'm saying is I'm pointing out things that are clearly hypocritical or clearly an issue or are clearly not in line with what we're being told. Okay. And this video is just something, I don't know all the interactions. I haven't watched the whole thing. I like having a natural reaction to it, but I've seen videos like this before from other schools that are more popular. Hezekiah High School, I don't know much about. So we're going to dive into this, and they get right into it, I believe. There's going to be a little watermark on there as well. I believe there's just their watermark. But Hezekiah News is just old videos from students talking about segregation and integration. Let's get right into it. Side note, I love watching these old black and white videos. It sort of makes me really nostalgic. I grew up watching a lot of black and white shows when I was a kid. Black color TV was out back then, but we weren't rich. And also there were a lot of still popular shows like I Love Lucy. Was the Brady Bunch originally in black and white? I don't think it was, but there were some other shows, maybe Happy Days or something that was in black and white. I digress. Let's go. Let's go ahead and kick that sound on too. There we go.
Girls, why didn't you walk out of the school this morning?
Well, I didn't believe that there was enough people to walk out to really do any good. I mean, if there was enough people to walk out and show that the kids at Central are all not for this, that it might have done some good, but only just a few did. Besides, I didn't think it would really do the purpose. I mean, you could be suspended or something like that.
That's the same as I feel, and I didn't want to mess up on my studies like it's all cost. I've been out already a week, and I don't want to be out anymore and miss anything that I have to miss.
I think this is a really important thing to point out. I'm not saying this is good or bad. I just want to point it out for what it is, right? These two students are saying that they didn't want to participate in the walkout, protesting integration because of fear of repercussions. Now, I think that's pretty interesting because there is some enforcement of fairness at this school, right? Again, we're being fair. We're being objective here. We're not trying to look for when it favors me and when it doesn't favor me, ignoring that. We're looking for just the objective truth. These are two students that feel the way that they feel, however that is, and they don't want to participate in a activity, in a protest, because of fear of repercussions, right? So in my opinion, they're indicating that they aren't for what's happening, but they don't feel like either the results of protesting are worth it, right? The results of doing the protest are not worth the outcome that will probably have, which is getting suspended or getting in trouble or whatever it may be, getting in the press in the wrong kind of way. So I do think it interesting that they feel a certain way, but they are still participating in this interview, which, again, I feel like this is a continual thing where people don't think about being on camera. They only think about the positive sides of being on camera. They don't think about the negative sides of being on camera. But I don't know either way what the outcome was of any of these kids and if it was negative or positive.
Well, that's why I didn't walk out, because I really didn't think there were enough kids that were going to walk out. And I believe that if they hadn't found out we were going to do it, more people would have walked out. But after they found out, kids more got scared than they would have otherwise.
How do you feel about having the 9 Negroes there?
Well, they...
And just in case you guys didn't hear, the question is, how do you feel about the 9 Negroes here? Again, this is 1950 special report, Central High School students speak out on Negro students. That's the title of this video. Should have mentioned that in the beginning, but either way, let's get back into it.
Really haven't done any harm to me, especially, but I'd rather have it not going to school with them. But it doesn't seem like there's much that we can do right now.
If any of you talked with the Negroes?
Oh, in gym, they've been very friendly to me, but we haven't discussed this problem. They just talk about their activities or something like that.
You mean some of the white children do talk to them?
Yes, in gym, there are 2 girls, 2 Negro girls in my class, and we talk to them, but not about the problems at school.
Do you think this will go on indefinitely? Can it go on indefinitely?
Maybe this is my imagination, but why does the reporter seem so exhausted with this topic? I don't know how to read that one way or the other. I'm not reading into it one way or the other. It just sounds like he's sort of exasperated or exhausted with the topic.
Well, what do you mean just by that?
Well, can you continue your studies and get your homework done and pass your tests with troops and incidents and...
Well, lately, with the guards standing outside the door and continually looking in the room to see if the Negro students are all right, well, it certainly upsets me because I hear the footsteps or see someone peeping around, and I'll look up and get my mind off the work, and I just can't completely work.
You may have heard that some of the boys who walked out this morning came across the street and hung up an effigy of a Negro on a tree and set fire to it.
Yeah.
Right over here. Now, how do you feel about that?
I think
Just to clarify, they said hung up an effigy. So like a not a voodoo doll, but like a representation of the black person, not a literal black person. I just want to clarify that because the audio is a little bit old here, and I probably can hear it a little bit better than you guys. So it's an effigy, but basically symbolically putting a stance on how they feel about the situation. These students, I think they were all male students from what he said, and they're sharing their input on that whole situation.
that's all uncalled for.
It certainly is.
Here. Now, how do you feel about that?
I think that's all uncalled for.
It certainly is. I mean, you can bring about things without showing disorder like that. That shows that you're very immature if you can't discuss and do about problems without things like that.
Well, I hadn't even heard anything about it until you mentioned it then, but I don't believe it was necessary either. Should have been some other way that they could have shown that they didn't want them there.
Well, do you feel that the 9 Negroes are going to stay under the court order, or do you...
I'm kind of upset he didn't ask a follow-up question holding these kids accountable for that. I feel like their answer was very great. And this goes to show how I feel like they utilized white women back then to forward what they wanted. But when they start going against whatever the agenda seems to be, like this guy just moves back to the black people. He doesn't talk too much about it. Like, yeah, they clearly weren't for it. No follow-up questions needed, right? But why not dig into that more? Why not be like, yeah, what is the problem with these kids? Why are they doing that? What is the purpose of that? Like maybe giving the young women here more context to that whole situation, because they clearly didn't know much about it. But I love their answer. It's like they feel opinionated, right? I'm not justifying how they feel. I'm just telling you like it is, right? They are not fully comfortable with integration. I think at least 2 of them expressed that. One of them seems to be on the fence. It is what it is. However, they are not trying in their eyes, and in my eyes too, honestly, they're not trying to go about this in any sort of hostile way. They feel the way that they feel and they want to feel comfortable, and that's okay. But they're not willing to break the rules in order to make that happen, right? I think that is a fair assessment. Now, yes, there is clearly some bigotry with a few of them, but I don't think it's malicious bigotry, right? There's a whole conversation that we've had in the past and that we'll continue to have about what bigotry or what racism is. I don't like using the term racism sometimes because it's so limiting. Like, yes, people can be bigoted, people can be ignorant, but it isn't always a malicious thing, right? Sometimes it can be a clear, like a fully nice thing, like, hey, I wanted to get you some mayonnaise, right? Because you're white. Like, that's kind of racist. That's very racist in some ways, but it's also kind of funny if you have a friend like that. And also, if you're just like totally innocent and you think white people like mayonnaise, you might be trying to do a very, very nice thing. So that's a ridiculous example that I wanted to give to illustrate the point of bigotry isn't always malicious, in my opinion. This is my take on the whole topic of racism / bigotry or prejudice, is that it isn't always malicious, but we need to recognize it for what it is. And then also, even though it's not malicious, doesn't mean that it can't have malicious outcomes, okay? Or negative outcomes to certain people that you don't favor. And sometimes that seems oddly convenient for your ignorance or your lack of maliciousness, but that's a whole nother thing. Let's get back into this.
They'll eventually be driven out.
The Negro students are going to stay for the reason that the Central students can't do anything about it. Every week there's a different plan, like this plan for walking out, and it didn't go over. So I just think that sooner or later they're going to stay because no plan has worked over yet.
Do you think if they do stay and the troops are taken away that things will settle back to normal eventually?
Well, I don't. And
I think that this fighting, and as you might say, it would keep up more or less because there's so many kids that don't want them there. That something's going to keep on happening, I believe.
Now we can't even stand out in front of the school on the steps in the morning. We have to stay inside the building.
Yes, it's just like a... you're guarded all the time. It's not even like a school hardly. I mean, every place you walk, there's somebody telling you to go on or don't stand there, something like that. Not like
that's right, because there's no certain place that you can go without someone pushing you on or saying you can't stand here or you can't do this or you can't do that.
So
I think it's important to point out that the military, they're talking about the military that's here, that's being security for the whole situation. How's it going, by the way, Lyndon? There is no one right way to look at this situation. The first important thing for me is just to recognize that it's a thing, right? These students that are talking right now are on the bleeding edge. They're on the cusp of a cultural revolution within America. Integration is a huge fucking deal, okay? There are people that have existed in this world in normal society, mainly white or white passing people, or very successful people that have risen above their shortcomings, quote unquote, or their challenges. But these are just typical white women that are going to school, as far as I can tell. And they are part of a huge revolution. And when I say revolution, I just mean like a huge change in society, not like a radical revolution, just a huge change is happening and they're part of it. Integration is a huge deal because there is a cultural clashing. And the point that I'm trying to point out here is that the government and the military are making this transition not very comfortable, right? They're saying they can't really go outside and do things. They can't be normal students. And it's not the black kids' fault. It's the government's fault because they're bringing in the military. And of course, there are going to be people who are either going to innately or consciously blame black people for the whole situation of the government making everything uncomfortable for everybody else because the black people want more than they deserve or yada, 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 right? It's the same little song and dance we've heard before, but we're hearing students talk about it. They're not a fan of the situation and they're not blaming the black people by any means. Like maybe they have a little animosity, like a high school student is not emotionally intelligent, their brains haven't fully formed yet. So I think it is fair to assume that a student might come to the conclusion that it's a black person's fault. They have not expressed this, at least not on camera, that they have animosity because of that situation towards black people, right? So I think this is a very interesting, objective interview that these students are giving, where they feel very opinionated. It doesn't seem like they're holding too much back. Like, yes, they're trying to be articulate, especially since they're women. They probably don't get this many opportunities to speak about their feelings on something. And I think they're doing a fantastic job, honestly. I'm not saying I like what they say. I'm just saying I think they're doing a great job of being objective and being fair while still expressing how they personally feel about the situation and how that might be different from, like, their feelings are not relevant to fairness, and they've done a great job of separating that whole situation.
Soldiers give these orders to the students?
Well, you can't stand here or you can't do this or you can't do that.
The soldiers give these orders to the students?
Well, they have passed bulletins around today that they do not want you to stand in front of the school of the morning, and usually that has been done by all the students, just congregating around and talking.
We just walk around and talk and everything. But since they had that little incident up there the other morning, they won't let you stand up there.
Well, presumably, you say if the soldiers are taken away, there'll be more trouble, and the soldiers will come back and go away, and there'll be more trouble. Eventually, maybe the white students are going to have to choose between having the Negroes there and having the soldiers there forever. Do you think the students would prefer to have law and order and the Negroes, or have no law and order and not have the Negroes?
Oh, certainly everyone's order, because fights and everything like that is all uncalled for. But I don't know how they're going to settle it without things. I mean, it's certainly not called for, but I don't know how they're going to settle it.
Huh. I think that's interesting, and this is my speculation because she didn't say this very clearly. And this is specifically around if the school remains integrated. It sounds like she is fully aware that there are going to be fights, right? And she's clearly expressed that she's not for the violence or for the fighting, and she knows that's wrong. But it's like, it's just nature. It's just nature's course taking its course if you put these forces together. That's sort of how I feel like she's saying that. And it doesn't seem like she's blaming the black people at this. This is my speculation, right? You guys let me know what you think she's saying. I'm not saying that I'm the authority on what the hell she's saying. I'm not the white whisperer. I'm not the white woman whisperer. Okay, it's not www right here. So this is my speculation, and you guys got to share your thoughts. This is how actual discourse and communication works. Is if you disagree, you tell me what you think you're saying and maybe why. Right? I'm sharing my perspective on this, and I think that she is saying that, or at the very least, she's not saying that it's black people or white people. It just is what it is, right? I think at the very least that's what it seems like she's saying. And if there isn't any law and order, then boys will be boys, is what it sounds like. I think that's the best way to put it, is boys will be boys. And it does not matter if it's a black boy or a black girl or a black woman or a black man, right?
I think that there's usually... Also, I think that there's usually just a one-sided opinion, like I said to you a few minutes ago, that they just show the side that the Negroes have to face and not what we have to. And usually that is the case because they never show what when the colored people start a fight or something like that, or they have it written down at the paper on the last page in very little print.
Well, tell us what it is that you feel that white students have to face is difficult for them.
Well, I think it is. It's just difficult to go to school like that when you've been used to going to school with just all white. And I don't know exactly, but you're used to the colored race having their own school, and they do have as good a schools as we do. And Central being as crowded as it is, and we just got rid of some white students that transferred over to the new school. And then these 9 come over to Central when they have a school that's not even filled to capacity yet.
I just wanted to say that one reason that the kids don't want them going there, it's not because we don't really dislike the Negroes themselves. It's just that they don't have to go there, but they're just doing it. A lot of people think it's more or less just for the publicity or just to have something different going on, because they don't really have to go there at all. And they have their new colored high school, and it's pretty good, and it's good for them if they...
I think this is a very interesting part of the conversation that I wish I had more context on, and maybe I'll do some digging on this, especially if people ask about it, is they feel like, so the second girl in the middle, she said that they have a school as good as theirs. I'm doubtful of that personally. I don't know how they know how good the school is other than what they've been told. So I find that aspect fascinating, and I can't speculate. I personally, my feelings are I'm skeptical that the school is as good. And then I also think the other part of the conversation that's fascinating to me, how did she word it? Hold on.
Go there, going there. It's not because we don't really dislike the Negroes. We do have as good a schools as we do, and Central being as crowded as it is, and we just got rid of some white students that transferred over to the new school, and then these 9 come over to Central when they have a school that's not even filled to capacity yet.
Right. So what she was expressing was that they don't understand why these students are even here. It feels like they're just here just to be here. Which I think is a fair take for a high school student to have. Like, I don't know the whole situation of the full context. So I don't know why they're making such a big deal about this. And there was something else that she had mentioned about like having it as hard as them or something along those lines. I think it was farther back.
When the colored people start a fight or something like that, or they have it written down to paper on the last page. And
Right. So this feels very familiar to now, where there are a lot of people who feel like it's only when white people do something wrong to black people that it gets called out. And when it's the other way around, it's not as bad. Now, I think that is interesting that even during this time, a high school student felt this way. Like, this isn't the first time, our generation isn't the first time this kind of conversation has been had. She's a high school student that also feels this way. Now, I don't know how the media portrays that, but I will be honest, a lot of media, a lot of like, I'll say left-leaning media right now, but I don't know if it was left or right or whatever the hell it was back then, right? Fucking Republicans love talking about how Lincoln was a Republican and all that other bullshit. I don't give a fuck what the political party was that was spewing the propaganda. I'll just say it that way. Back then, I don't know who it was, but there was clearly somebody that was, what is the word I'm looking for? Not pandering. It's not exploiting either. It's not exploiting. I can't think of the terminology that I'm looking for. I took a politically focused turn in my life and came back to your channel finding you were on about the same track. Keep it up, man. Hey, I appreciate you. What was the name of that? Night Guard. The Night Guard. Hey, okay. Just to be clear, I am TVN. There is a TV that is also a black guy that is also like kind of doing what I do. Well, I don't think he does like commentary, but he does a lot of like stuff that I do, like gaming stuff. But I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. This is a very interesting video that I'm watching. I don't know if you're sticking around or just stopping by to say hi. But this is very, very interesting. And I'm trying my best to be unbiased and objective in this situation. But I do think that part of the conversation that I was talking about right before I read that, which thank you, by the way, I appreciate that. I don't know if my notifications are turned on for like any follows or likes or anything. They should be on, but they've been acting weird. So I gotta do a deep dive into that again. But I digress. What I was saying though, is that I think there's always a time where media is just exploiting some group of people for their benefit. And at some point in time, it has always been black people, and it is not always a positive light. It is always not always a negative light. But I do feel like they like to scapegoat black people in some way. So even when they're portraying them positively, when they portray a group of people positively at the expense of other people, those people are going to be angry or jealous or whatever, or vindictive or whatever it may be. And I think that this little girl in the middle really expresses that. And I'm not saying it's not unjustified, right? Based off of what she's being told, I don't think that's unjustified. However, I do, from what I understand from history and from my own family, the little bit that I know, is that these situations are not portrayed right. But she's not wrong. Black people can be assholes too, right? Or sometimes black people can take actions, and those actions might be perceived one way by the general public, but not have that full context to ever know what the truth actually is. Take that as you may. But let's go back to what this other girl was saying, and then we'll move on.
Very little. Someone, and they have their new colored high school, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's good for them if they go there, but they just don't.
Of course, their answer is, well, the Supreme Court said separate facilities are not the same as equal, and that they demand equality.
I think their school is about as equal as ours, so.
Well, I think in a place like Little Rock, where they have just as good as places as we have, and they go to school, and I think they learn just as much as we learn here. And I don't think the colored students that are here are really concentrating on their work right now. They might be, but this is my own personal opinion, because having all the children yell at them and everything, but that's to be expected, really.
I think that's very astute for a young girl. Look, like she has her own opinions in the situation. I think she's a little bit misinformed in terms of like the quality of the schools. I would like the interviewer to ask, how does she know the schools are as good? Why isn't there a follow-up question about the quality of the school, right? I think that's a fair follow-up question to ask these kids, because they might be misinformed, because all it takes is telling them that they have the same curriculum, but if they don't have the same quality of teachers and the same quality of like books and desks and AC, HVAC, heating, cooling. They don't have all of these same things to the same quality. Those impacts food, like income, their personal level of income. They might not be able to afford food at school. I don't know what the food situation was at school, if it was all provided or what the hell. There are a lot of factors, and one of those things being off or less than is going to affect them. We know now that a diet, like what a kid eats on a regular basis, highly impacts their ability to maintain, retain, or focus on schooling. Let me back up here. To retain the information, to maintain focus. Those are crucial. Food plays a big part in that, let alone, heating and cooling. If it's too hot or too cold, man, like, golly, if it's on a hot day, I'm sorry. If I'm a high school kid I can deal with the hot. But let's just assume that I couldn't, right? I'm not going to be paying attention. I'm sorry. I'm going to be sweating. I'm going to be like complaining to myself or to the teacher, whatever it may be. Like, I'm not there. I'm just not there. And I think it was very astute. It's very obvious as an adult, but as a high school kid, you're not that self-aware. A lot of people aren't that self-aware to realize that, oh, these kids are getting bullied. They're not going to be able to focus on their schooling. So maybe it's just better that they go back to their own school, because it's not their fault, but our kids are fucking assholes and they're just not going to let them focus on their schooling, right? That's messed up, but that's the situation. That's just, it is what it is. And she's not saying that in some sort of bigoted way. She's just saying it with her perspective and her opinion and her observations. And I think that was very, very astute of her, especially back in the 50s, I believe this was. So I think already this is a very interesting conversation that we're seeing here from these students. I think some of these students are pretty smart, especially when you consider that this was more than 50 years ago, more than 70 years ago, right? This is like 70 years ago, almost 80 years ago, that this student had this interview. I don't know if she's even alive anymore. I mean, she's within range to still be alive, probably in her 80s or 90s at this point.
Because you girls have never mixed with Negroes on any kind of an equal basis in your lives before, have you?
No, sir.
It makes it...
I never had anything to do with any until he came here. I mean, they never lived, well, what you'd say, close enough to us, or we just never were around them, really.
Isn't that part of what makes it difficult when you live 15 or 17 years of your life and then start doing something different all of a sudden?
Well, I think, like, if a Spanish or a Chinese person came here, it wouldn't be hard to get along with them. It's just that the Negroes are what you might say more different to us than a Spanish person might be.
But now you talk...
Hold on.
Person came here.
All of a sudden?
Well, I think, like, if a Spanish or a Chinese person came here, it wouldn't be hard to get along with them. It's just that the Negroes are what you might say more different to us than a Spanish person might be.
But now you talk with some of these...
Now, hold up a second here. Why were we so different? And what was up with that smile at the end there? Like, did you see that? Maybe she was just a nervous smile, but like, what was that about exactly? What was that about? I feel that feels a little off to me. Okay, that feels a little bit suspicious to me. I'm watching her. I'm watching her. I'm watching her because that felt I don't know why. Let's listen to that one more time.
Doing something different all of a sudden?
Well, I think, like, if a Spanish or a Chinese person came here, it wouldn't be hard to get along with them. It's just that the Negroes are what you might say more different to us than a Spanish person might be.
But now you talk with some of these Negroes yourself. Do you think they are very different from you?
Well, I believe they all have the same
Wait,
idea.
let me rewind that.
But now
It's clean
you
audio.
talk with some of these Negroes yourself. Do you think they are very different from you?
Well, I believe they all have the same ideas as all the white students do. But on this program, I saw interviewing a Negro girl. She said that she thought that she would make better friends with Central. And I think a friend is someone that you can work with and depend on and discuss problems and get together And often girls
Sorry. Rewind it real fast for you.
said that she thought that, well, I
You're,
Then a Spanish Christian might be.
but now you've talked with some of these Negroes.
No, but hold on. I gotta pause for a second here because I don't understand how a Chinese person and a Spanish person would relate to them better. But what is it about a black person that makes them so different? You know, and I can't help but wonder if it's because they used to be slaves to white people. I don't know psychologically what that does to a white person to grow up around just white people in an era where black people used to be slaves and now they have some equality. Like, what were the parents and the older generations that raised these kids like? Because the younger generation tends to be somewhat rebellious of the older generation. But I suspect there were a lot of older white men or women that were very not for the freedoms of black people and what that psychologically does to people being raised by those kids, because these kids don't necessarily seem bigoted. I'm going to be honest with you. They don't seem like bigots. They just seem like people who just want to get their schooling and they don't understand what all this nonsense is about. They just want to live their lives. And maybe that's a little bit selfish or self-centered. Fine. They're high school kids. So what? Right? I think this is very telling because these kids don't seem to be trying to push their agenda one way or the other. They're just talking about how they feel about it. And I feel like they're making some good observations that are very fair, and also some that are very suspicious. Like the last girl that said that like they're too different. I don't understand. I wish they would have elaborated on that, but I digress. So let's move on.
Yourself, do you think they are very different from you?
Well, I believe they all have the same ideas as all the white students do. But on this program, I saw interviewing a Negro girl. She said that she thought that she would make better friends with Central. And I think a friend is someone that you can work with and depend on and discuss problems and get together. And often girls have parties together and things like that. And I think as far as going to school with them, you can be nice to them, but friends is much closer. You sometimes stay all night with each other at bunking parties, social parties, and everything.
And you can't ever imagine you're being on that
No,
kind of
I
friendship
can't.
with a Negro. Talk to them, I have the impression that most of them would have nothing to do with it.
That's right. But the ones that they do talk to, they're really sort of making fun of them as they talk to them. And I don't think that it's right for them to be going to school with us, because it's mentioned in the Bible. I can't say where it is, but I could find it for you, that the races weren't supposed to mix like that. And I think if it was God's will to have us mixed, we would be mixed. I mean, we'd just be mixed right now.
Does any white student who does talk to them, is he...
What? Hold up. I mean, she's not completely wrong, sort of. But you see, I gotta think for a second here. What the? I gotta just think. I'm not sure how to process that. I gotta reflect. Let me listen to it again.
Like, I don't think that it's right for them to be going to school with us, because it's mentioned in the Bible. I can't say where it is, but I could find it for you, that the races weren't supposed to mix like that. And I think if it was God's will to have us mixed, we would be mixed. I mean, we'd just be mixed right now.
So I feel like in real time, she is sort of realizing the hypocrisy of what she's saying and corrects it, kind of, because she's stating that the Bible says that you're not supposed to mix, and then also states that if God wanted us to mix, then we would have been mixed, kind of like we are now, right? So it's like she's realizing in real time that, like, if it wasn't God's will, it wouldn't have happened. I'm not a Christian, right? But I used to be a Christian. I know the logic that they have, right? And she is in real time, I think, recognizing that what would come to be if God wanted it would come to be, and it has come to be, right? So I find that kind of funny, but also I think it's alarming that she's using the Bible to justify segregation. It's not surprising, because I mean, that's how segregation maintained for as long as it did, and that's also how slavery maintained for as long as it did. It was justified because of the Bible, which I think is an incredibly like savage book, both in a derogatory way and also like a very metal way. As someone who does not believe in the Bible at all, I can recognize it for what it is and say that it's kind of like a heavy metal badass kind of book, but it's also incredibly messed up, incredibly bigoted, and also encourages some really fucked up shit. Right. That's just, it is what it is. If you want me to start, I have bookmarks in the Bible passages talking about this shit. I will debate anybody on the Christian Bible. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. You believe what the hell you want to believe. I'm not shitting on Christians. I'm just saying that there are shitty people that have justified shitty things because of the book, the holy book, the Bible.
Is any white student who does talk to them, is he immediately accused of being a Negro lover?
No, sir.
No.
They maybe don't. No.
Now listen, we're going to be hearing the word Negro a lot, right? I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but I don't really say the N-word too often. I don't say it in the term of like endearment or anything like that with the A. I don't mind saying the one with the ER in terms of like referring to a book or something like that. I just don't have a problem with it. I don't feel uncomfortable saying it. It's just a personal voice that I've had since I was a kid. I just don't say it. Right. Now, if we're talking about it, I'm not going to not say it. Like, fuck it. You're going to hear the word Negro a lot. And I'm a little bit desensitized to it. If you're a little bit younger, maybe you're not used to this sort of like common tongue, right? Of just openly saying it like this. I mean, this is Negro, which is not the same. It was not intended as much as the ER. This is like the white person's. This is not the same thing. It is not the same thing. But this is kind of like how black people use the A word. They use it not as an term of endearment, but just referring to a people objectively speaking. It's still kind of very problematic. But it is what it is. And I feel like I have to point that out, is that we're going to be hearing this word a lot. And I don't fully know if they're meaning it in any sort of like hatred way. It is still problematic, but I just want to clear the air on that. But at the same time, though, let's listen to what I just heard again, because my ears, I think I'm a little bit bothered by what I just heard the mask.
Is any white student who does talk to them, is he immediately accused of being a Negro lover?
Is anyone who immediately talks to these people, is anyone who talks to these people immediately accused of being a Negro lover? Okay, that is a question he just asked 3 high school students. And I am kind of bothered by how unbothered I am, but also how bothered most people probably would be from hearing that question asked so nonchalantly. I'm not sure how to process my feelings right now, I'm going to be honest with you. But I do think it is a fascinating question that I'm curious to know the answer to. So let's continue on.
No, sir. They maybe don't exactly like them talking to them, but they don't exactly throw a fit about it, you might say. Yeah. Because the people that talk to them usually aren't maybe just helping them out on where some certain room is or something like that. They don't.
Okay, hold on. I gotta say something here. I'm trying my best to be objective, but let me just be me for a second here. This question asked by this guy is kind of a dickhead question. The reason this is a dickhead question is because the word Negro lover implies negative connotations. Okay. There was no more context given to these little girls, these little women, whatever. But it seems like they all knew that the term Negro lover was not a term of endearment or a positive term. So for this guy to ask this question, they have to be living in a place and time where it is acceptable to accuse someone of being a Negro lover, and that term is accepted enough or used enough and understood enough as a negative term, but still commonplace enough to not be an issue for these girls. Now, maybe they call this out. Maybe this is problematic back in that time, and this guy is just kind of an asshole. But they don't seem to react to the question facially, like their expressions. Maybe they're good at like masking their emotions, but they do not seem affected by this question. Let's look at the reactions one more time as this question is asked.
Maybe just say, because they like.
Who does talk to them, is he immediately accused of being a Negro lover?
No, sir.
No.
She looks away. The first girl looks away. Like this girl right here. Where the hell? Where is she? Where are you? This girl right here. This girl right here. She looks away. She does the SNL look away thing where I think she's holding in a laugh. Maybe she's looking at a car behind her. But yeah. Let's go on.
They maybe don't exactly like them talking to them, but they don't exactly throw a fit about it, you might say.
Yeah.
Because
Okay, let me look at her again.
No. To them, is he
She smiles a little. Oh, they both smile a little bit.
no, sir.
No.
They maybe don't exactly like them talking to them, but they don't exactly throw a fit about it, you might say.
Yeah.
Because the people that talk to them usually aren't maybe just helping them out on where some certain room is or something like that. They don't really talk as a friend would, you might say.
Do you feel that the situation is any calmer now than it was a week ago when the troops first came? Are you settling down to normal emotionally at all?
Well, you might say all over it's calmed down, but there's still a lot going on. I mean, we feel about it now as we did then. Our opinions haven't changed much, I don't believe.
Thanks very much, girls.
Thank you.
Interesting. And they're all like giggling to themselves that they did an interview. Interesting. Okay, I think we got one more interview, and I want to say that this kid, I saw a little. I skimmed forward a lot, and I saw this kid in the middle here.
This is Mike McKelvey,
I might be wrong, so I might eat my word, but this kid seemed like a real one. Like I saw like one question, he was like, "Nah, I'm just trying to do my own thing and blah 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 blah." And I'm like, this kid is real. This kid does not give a shit, and I think I like this kid. But we'll find out how that holds true.
sophomore here at Central High School, which is the
Sophomore.
building just behind us, and these are two of his friends, Dinah and Sheila. Now, Mike, I'd like to start off by asking you, you were in there today when some of the students walked out and I believe they burned a Negro in effigy and caused some disturbance. How do you feel about it?
I think that was ridiculous. There's no sense to it. It's not going to help any matters any. It's stupid.
So now, tell me, Mike, the whole problem here at Central High, how has it affected your studies?
It hasn't affected me one way or another. I don't care about it. I'm up there to learn, not to try to solve racial problems.
How do you feel about sitting in the same classrooms with the colored children?
Oh, I don't mind that. I have a colored kid in my gym class, and he's a pretty good old guy.
Well, what do you
This
think
guy.
the basic problem here is? Is it the students or is it the parents around the community?
Parents. It's the parents, that's what it is. Most of the
Mm.
students over there are accepting it, and there are only a few of these hoodlums, you know, that just want to start trouble.
In other
Mm.
words, most of the students you think feel like you do, that you're just there to study.
More or less, you know.
Would you say that the situation as it is seems to
Hold on a second. This is a huge tangent. This is a huge tangent. Okay, I'm sorry. But what is his ear? What is that in his ear? Is that a cigarette or a joint in his ear right there? Y'all see that? Am I crazy? Is this guy just open? This guy got a ciggy in the ear, man. Oh my God. Times were different 60, 70, 80 years ago. Times were different. This sophomore, okay, he's not even a junior. This guy is like 15 years old with a ciggy in the ear. I just wanted to point that out. I'm sorry. I had to just really briefly point that out because that's kind of wild by today's standards. Smoking was, I mean, even when I was younger, I think there were like maybe a couple of times where I could have bought a pack of cigarettes from my parents, right? And this would have been like 5 or 6 at the corner store or something like that. maybe my older brother did. He was 6 years older than me, so maybe I remember him doing it or something like that. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm sorry I had to break that tangent off like that, but I saw that, and this kid is chill as hell, so it makes sense for him. But that just kind of blew me away for a second there, and I wanted to point that out. All right, I digress. Let's go.
Interrupt classes and causes you to have trouble studying?
More or less, yeah.
Would you say that the situation as it is seems to interrupt classes and causes you to have trouble studying?
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't interrupt any of my classes. It hadn't interrupted any of mine, except the first day, you know, when all this commotion was out here, when the crowd was out here.
Commotion?
Some of the people would start walking out of the school, and the crowd would start clapping, and every time that happened, everybody would run over the windows.
That hasn't happened since the first day?
No, it hadn't happened.
Well, now, how has studying been going today after these kids walked out?
I didn't even notice it. It's just about the same in all my classes.
And you have one colored boy in one of your classes?
In gym class. He's a pretty good old guy.
And he seems to get along with everyone?
Yeah.
A good old guy.
Trying to make friends, but some of them, you know, just won't make friends.
And some will?
Yeah. Me, for instance.
Well, where do you think we can go from here?
Oh, wow. So, okay, look, I just want to put, so this guy is cool as hell for me right now. I still stand by that. He just put a target on his back, and I'm pretty sure he knew that he did that when he said it, right? I'm sorry, you know, to black people or people who are sensitive about this kind of shit, but back then, any time really, like saying something that was against the norm puts a target on your damn back. This guy put a target on his back by saying this. I don't know when this gets posted or anything like that. It's not going to be on YouTube back then, but like his parents see that and they're not like him. His friends see that, or his friends' parents see that, or any sort, like anytime he's trying to go for a job when he's older, or an internship or anything like that in college, that shit affects his life dramatically just by saying that he's friends with a black kid or trying to be friends with a black kid. So a lot of respect to this kid for saying that, because he's not stupid. He's got the ciggy in the ear. He's got some street smarts. He's not a dumbass. Okay. And he seems very articulate as well when it comes to his schoolings. So this kid knew that he was drawing a target on his back by openly admitting, right? Maybe he was just stupid in the moment, because people get stupid in front of cameras. That's never changed, despite the fact that there is tons of footage of people being stupid on camera. Not back then, at least. So he had less of a reason to know better than anybody nowadays, right? He had less of a reason to know better. So I think this kid is great. I think this kid is brave as well for saying that. And also, you know, this guy, the way that he's asking his questions is becoming more and more apparent that he's while he's remaining objective, and I think he's doing a good job of just accepting the answer for what it is rather than what today's news anchors do, where they kind of cut them off or they sort of redirect. He's letting him answer the questions to the fullest extent. He just might not ask a follow-up question about an answer. And that's what's really more telling. So props to this kid. Props to this sophomore with the ciggy in the ear for answering these questions like he's doing so far, and openly saying that he's friends with them. Now, maybe he says some shit that just blows it all up. But again, racism, bigotry, it isn't just this blanket statement that, you know, a person can be racist and still be an ally to black people, right? People can be racist to their own kind, but still be an ally to their own people. Like, we all do that kind of stuff. We all stereotype. We call the black nerds and exile them, right? The white nerds do the same thing from the white people. That's still bigotry towards your own kind. Sometimes it's just focused on your race, like, oh, you're one of us, but you're acting like that. You're acting like one of them. It doesn't have to be white people or black people. It could be either or. It is either or. So I digress. Let's see what this kid has to say, because I like what he's saying so far. He's kind of cracking me up, and he's also spitting some real shit right now.
Here now. You think
Friends,
and some will?
yeah. Me, for instance.
Well, where do you think we can go from here now? Do you think that sending 9 Negro students into the school this year was too much?
No, I think that wasn't enough. I think they should have sent more in there.
How do you feel about having the troops around?
I think, well, it's it's okay to prevent violence, but as far as following them around the halls, I've been looking at that, and I think that's pretty ridiculous.
They are inside the school building itself now.
Following them around the halls.
But what goes on inside the halls there?
Nothing at all. Except for that one incident, nothing's happened.
What was that one incident?
Where they kicked them and cheered at them. And,
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes, that was yesterday.
Do you think the students could handle this without the soldiers inside the school?
Well, of course, there'd be some of them that were just show-offs and try to start a lot of trouble, but if it wasn't for them, we could handle it very well.
How about...
Do you notice how this guy is not blaming the black people for the situation? And he's also not trying to blame any group of people, right? He's talking about the soldiers are following these people around. He's talking about the black people, right? They're following them around. That's not helpful from his perspective, and I would agree with him. He's also talking about the show-offs. Again, this kid has street smarts. He knows the social dynamic. He understands it. He gets it. There are those idiots that want to pick on people to get a rise out of people. There's hateful people. It doesn't matter if you're white or black. They're going to find some sort of target. And there might be some people that are more inclined to want to do it specifically to black people, right? This guy is very aware of that, and he sees it for what it is. And he's not trying to push some sort of agenda. He's just some sophomore with a ciggy in the ear trying to go through school and get his education. That is it. And this kid is observant and smart and trying his best to be objective. And I think that's super cool.
The girls, I'm going to move over and talk to them. Thanks, Mike.
Mike, you're a real one.
I understand it, are junior high school seniors, and you'll be going here to Central High School starting next year, right? Mm-hmm. Just a second.
Mike, don't go away.
He said, Mike, stay around. We need you some more.
Next fall about this
You got that
time,
fire,
is
Mike.
Yeah.
Well, now, how do you feel
In your ear.
about this whole problem here?
Well, I mean, I think the troops are okay, but the minute they leave, there's going to be just as much trouble as there was when they left, because they think that they can't, well, the National Guard wasn't severe enough on them, and they aren't scared of the National Guard.
You know, let me talk about this real quick. This is something that's also really important to point out, is that the National Guard, the officers are not here for the black kids, right? They are to an extent, but there's only 9 of them at this school, okay? There's only 9 of them. And as you've seen several times now from both Mike and even her and some of the girls earlier, the assholes are not the black people. It is the kids that can't control themselves. And they have openly, these kids have openly admitted, several of these kids have openly said that these kids are assholes, essentially. Like they can't stop themselves, and that's why we need these people around. And that should be telling for people who doubt this kind of stuff, right? I want to talk to the people who think that racism wasn't that bad back then. You have your own kind ratting you out and not doing it maliciously, just saying it like it is. Like, yo, we're just here trying to go to school, and these white kids are bullying these black kids. Like, yeah, maybe sometimes there are black kids that act out and act ridiculous. That's going to happen. But there's only 9 of these kids at this school, and the National Guard is here for them. Do you really think we need the National Guard for 9 black kids? It's not like the National Guard wasn't sent, right? This is clearly on an interview. It's not a propaganda piece. It's just a normal interview here in Hezekiah News. And they're talking about, because this is common knowledge for anyone who knows about this kind of stuff, about when integration happened. It's not surprising, but for the people who doubt this shit, you are the problem that I'm trying to fix here, where you have your own people just talking about the situation for what it is. And there are the assholes who can't stop themselves from acting like rational human beings. They see a black person and they lose their mind. They go ape. Like, it ain't the black people that are the monkeys here. It is these savage kids that happen to be white. Okay. And so y'all, the people who doubt this kind of stuff, y'all are the problem, and you want to ignore reality for what it is and what it was. Your own people here in the 50s are talking about how black people are kind of getting attacked. Not kind of, they are getting attacked or getting bullied, and the National Guard has to be here to keep people at bay. Like, yeah, there is some aspect of the presence will make it so that the black people don't act up. Like, for sure, if I was a black person this time, I would for damn sure not act up. I'm not trying to get shot by the National Guard. They're not messing around. Like, I can deal with some bully kids. I'm not dealing with the National Guard, right? So it's not like it's one-sided. The National Guard is definitely there to keep those kids in check too, and to just be a presence, politically speaking, right? You know, elections were a thing back then, all those kind of campaigns, yada, yada. Those efforts are seen by the people around them. So anyways, it's just really important to point this out, to recognize that for what it is, that the problem during integration were not the black people. It was the white people who rejected the reality that they were in and acted out and couldn't control themselves. Okay.
And they were the airborne troops.
Are you talking about the students now, or the parents and the crowd?
Well, I don't know which is causing the most trouble. Some students from other schools have been over here. At least so my sister have told me.
Let me go back real quick. Sorry.
You'll start to Central High next fall about this time, is that right?
Yes.
Well, now, how do you feel about this whole problem here?
Well, I mean, I think the troops are okay, but the minute they leave, there's going to be just as much trouble as there was when they left, because they think that they can't, well, the National Guard wasn't severe enough on them, and they aren't scared of the National Guard. And they were the airborne troops.
Are you talking about the students now, or the parents and the crowd?
Well, I don't know which is causing the most trouble. Some students from other schools have been over here. At least so my sister have told me. And they've caused a lot of the trouble. But before, at the first of school, the student council had already appointed some of the kids to take the Negro students around and show them around school and everything was going fine. And then Fathers sent the guards up and everything like that, and then trouble started. And I don't know if it was Fathers or what, or the parents or who, but it just, a lot of people just started getting hurt and everything. And my sister said that up there in the lunchroom, they started putting signs up, like, niggers, get out of here, or go back to Africa. And she just got up and pulled it back down again. They called her names and everything, but a lot of people have been making friends with the colored children. They never have put that in the newspaper. All they've been putting is the things that have been happening that have been bad, like the children going after the colored ones and everything.
In other words, you think that there have been some sides to this that have worked out pretty well?
Yes, sir.
Well, now, how about you? How would you feel about going to school with the colored?
I don't have any commentary to add to that. I think that was well said so far. I want to listen to the next question. And then y'all in the chat, let me know your thoughts too. You know, I'm sharing my thoughts, but I want to hear that. This is going to go on YouTube. Some of the interactions will also go on YouTube too. So if you have anything that you want to add to the video, by all means, share your thoughts to your fullest extent. Otherwise, you know, I'll probably cut out a lot of the side tangents. Maybe I might grab a clip off of that one thing with the Siggy, because that was that made me laugh. I kind of want to see the clip of that one, because the Lyndon, the Siggy in the air, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to mind it. I mean, if they're going to come, they've got to come anyway. It may be about 50 years from now, but they're going to come.
You mean integration is going to come?
Integration is going to come.
Smart kid.
Sheila, how about now? Come over here a little closer. You all are running away from me. How do you feel about it? You'll start to school here next year. Would you mind going with colored students?
No, I don't. Well, yes and no. I mean,
I suspect she is colored of some sort. Like, she looks not like a white kid, but I can't tell with this big logo on my face.
and I've been teased a lot for that, you know, being dark and everything. I mean, it used to bother me. I used to come home crying about it. But, I mean, the niggers will get used to them saying something, and they won't think anything about it after they get used to it and everything.
In other words, you think you could get used to going to school with colored children?
Yes, sir, I think so. I mean, if I'm going to have to do it, I might as well get used to it.
Well, now, what about this? Do you think that the trouble is with the students here in the high school and in the schools of Little Rock, or is it with the parents, or is it with outsiders, or where is the trouble?
I think it's the parents. I mean, I saw, you know, all these crowds out here and men kicking that Negro and everything.
And you don't sympathize with that sort of action at all?
No, sir, I don't.
What do you think?
Well, I think it was just
downright un-American. I think it was the most terrible thing that has ever been seen in America. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm sounding patriotic or something like that, but I always thought that all men were created equal, and that God loves all these little children, even the Negroes.
I'm sorry. I felt so much like great emotion, and then the way she ended that sentence, like, that threw me off. That threw me off. Holy hell! That's not how I wanted to react. What she was saying was kind of beautiful. It's not American. All men were created equal, even the Negroes. But seriously, I think that these kids are very, very smart, especially Mike with the Siggy in the ear. And you have the other two kids here. And you see how smart they are. They're not even high school students yet. They're like seniors in junior high, which I think makes them in 8th or 9th grade. They would be 8th grade, I'm pretty certain. And they seem very astute. Now, of course, this is in the 50s. Their terminology is going to be way more crude than what we would use now. But I think they are incredibly articulate, and it gives me hope. It gives me hope, even though this happened back in the 50s. It gives me a lot of hope for humanity, that even back then you had these people saying this. And so I think that's overall beautiful, despite how she may have ended that sentence.
And Negro children is just much, boys, just much my brother as Mike is, and all that. I know religion is supposed to be brought up in, isn't supposed to be brought up in politics, but I've always sympathized with that. But I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm sort of scared, and I'm sort of not scared, because I'm afraid a whole lot of people's going to be hurt who didn't need to be hurt in the first place.
God damn.
Mike, what do you say about that?
About those crowds?
About the real basis of the trouble here. Is it among the students or is it among the parents?
It's among the parents. Those crowds are just stupid. I'm glad that Eisenhower sent those paratroopers in here, because those other guys weren't. They lived here, and once all this is over, they're going to have to go back and face their people they lived with. And these people here, they're from Kentucky, and they don't have anything to worry about.
Tell me this now. You've had these kids shouting at you while you've been talking here. Are some of the kids in the school sort of angry if you talk to newsmen?
Yeah, they're mad if we express our views.
Are they afraid?
What did I say earlier? He knew that he was putting a target on his back, and he didn't give a damn, dude. I thought I heard people talking in the background, but I didn't. I thought maybe it was just people being stupid for the camera. They know in general, and he's already aware of that, and this probably isn't his first time talking about this kind of stuff. Like, this kid is a real one. Like, this is one of the to use a term that white people use, he's one of the good ones, okay? He was one of the good ones where he was trying to fight for them. And when I say good ones, that just means someone he's advocating. He is putting his own life on literally. This high school student is putting his life on the line by talking about this stuff. That's real. That is real. Like, I'm not being hyperbolic. This kid can get shot or stabbed or lynched like a black person because he's doing this back then, right? Like, I don't even want to look it up, because maybe he had something happen to him. I hope not. I hope he had a very great, healthy life and maybe did even more stuff, more advocating. Who knows? But Mike with the Siggy in the ear is a real one. I said this at the beginning, only after hearing him talk for like 10 seconds. The dude made me chuckle, and he continues to make me chuckle, but he's also incredibly smart and self-aware of the situation, aware of the situation as a whole, and self-aware of how he is involved in it. Shouts out to Mike. Shouts out to Mike with the Siggy in the ear.
Themselves to talk to us?
Some of them are.
I've noticed when I've gone up to some, they wouldn't even answer. In other words, there's some pressure on you not to talk to us and not to say how you feel.
Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm. And that's because they disagree with you, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Very much.
You see that? These people are barbaric. It's not the black people. It's not the black people being barbaric. It's these barbaric people who happen to be white. And people like Mike with the Siggy in the ear helped us move forward by talking about this stuff. This is the important stuff to recognize, that like he was calling it out back in the 50s for what it was. These girls were calling it out. The other girls were just trying to live their life and they had their own personal feelings about it, but they weren't being hateful about it. Amazing, amazing stuff. Shouts out to you, Mike. Again, this was Hezekiah News and Films. If you want to watch this, they have about 263,000 subscribers. I'm really curious to know what other stuff they have on here, because it looks like they've been doing a lot of stuff. This is very fascinating. Oh, they got Ali on here. Yo, we might be going back to this channel in the future. There's some really cool stuff on here. I'm really curious about Fidel Castro. Yeah, Fidel Castro, huh? I didn't know that's actually, I've never seen an actual footage of Fidel Castro. I've only seen pictures of Fidel Castro, oddly enough. Princess Diana, Donald Trump. Is that Luther Vandross? And Diana Ross? At a Trump party? Don King and Bush? Don King is a dirtbag, dude. If you don't know who Don King is, man, you must not watch boxing or have lived in Atlantic City like I did. Well, I have family. I was born in Atlantic City. I lived in like areas surrounding it. And my parents, my mom had a lot of family in Atlantic City, so we went there a lot, like a lot. Like at least once a month, I feel like, probably more. This is really cool. This is really cool. That's Hezekiah News. I wonder what they were about. Maybe like the guy wasn't seeming to, like, he might have been asking some ignorant questions, but he didn't seem like incredibly hateful. So I might have to take back what I was saying earlier. But let me go ahead and get an outro recorded for this video, so I don't have to do as much editing here, and then we can talk a little bit and get into some Resident Evil. Sorry. So yeah, I think this was an amazing video. This was Hezekiah News. I love these interviews. They were very pure, for a lack of better term. If you guys have thoughts on this, please leave them in the comments down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do me a huge favor. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I have been getting some good traction with some of my videos, especially the shorts. So your continued support is great. It is crucial, and it is something I'm very thankful for and don't want to take for granted. I'm going to continue to push out more videos. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Ah, man. White passing indeed, Lyndon. White passing indeed. Man, that was really interesting. That was really interesting. I liked that video. Mike, I think I can grab some good clips from that too. I've been thinking a lot more about shorts, YouTube shorts, and trying to get my goal of 10 shorts posted soon, so that I can start my YouTube or my TikTok account as well. I'm really close to that goal. I think I'm at like 7 or 8, and I just posted another one yesterday, 2 days ago, which almost has 1,000 views, which is cool. Oh, it actually was Terrence is in the video. His comment was the one that was in the video, Lyndon. I forgot to tell him last night. But his comment was the one that I used for the thing, the cool white dude era. What the heck? Oh, sorry, I'm on YouTube here. Oh, what the fuck is that? Tap Dance Man. Oh, damn, I remember that. Ugh, nah, I'm not watching that. No distractions. What is that? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and my numbers are still going up. Awesome. Segregation. Yeah, here it is. What a way to start. So I didn't know, I didn't ask him for it, so I didn't put his name on there, but this is his comment right here, where he says, "Listen, bro, segregation was wild, fam." Here, I'll put it on that one too. Can I full screen this or not? What the hell is that? Segregation was wild. Psychologically, how do you think that doesn't impact the people that are raised from those people? You think of being abused your whole life might mess up a person's head, and then they raise a kid who's not living in any much better circumstances, but probably arguably better than being a slave You think that they're gonna raise their kids in the most healthy way? I'm gonna tell you, I'm first generation Jamaican. My dad's from Jamaica, my mom's from the hood, Atlantic City, New Jersey, okay? They have a lot of anger. My mom specifically has way more anger than my dad when it comes to this culture war shit. I remember hearing about Martin Luther King from my grandma and stuff like that. They were on the same age and everything, and realizing that when he was shot, she was around the same, like my grandma was around the same age as Martin Luther King when he was shot. This stuff has lingering impacts on us. It does not mean I have to use it as a crutch. No, we get that, but goddamn, stop making shit hard and acting like you're not doing it. And then when you do it, stop acting like you didn't do it for the rest of history, and then push us when we're trying to put it in the history books. We should know what Juneteenth was in history. That's not some critical race theory shit. That literally, legally happened. And it was not done the way it was supposed to be done. Or if it was done the way it was supposed to be done, then they're lying about what it actually did. Either way, it's messed up and oppressive. It's ridiculous. Gets me fired up, man. Gets me fired up. Yeah. He said, oh, Lord. Oh, Lordy. Uncle Ruckus. No relation. I'm going to start booting up Street Rage. Resident Evil 0. I'm gonna get that ready now. Do. Resident Evil 0. My brain turned off. Boo doo. What are your thoughts, Lyndon? What are your thoughts on all this stuff? Oh, what's your buddy's name? Oh, you guys are. Is my Discord refreshed? Hold on, let me see here. Yeah, okay. I thought so when I got offline and then got back online, you and Terrence were still in, like, it looked like you and Terrence were in the Discord, but my Discord never refreshed. So I was like, is that broken or something? Wait, this is Resident Evil, not Resident Evil 0. Resident Evil 0. Let me mute that. You guys, you got the early preview of the sound while I update things. There we go. Okay. Oh, where's that at? Where's that at? Yeah, boy. Ah. Go back. All right. Do I need anything before I start playing? No want any snacks or anything? I think I'm good. I had some dinner beforehand, so I feel like I'm pretty good. I'm gonna refill my water bottle first, though. Hold on. Just in case anybody's curious, this is the save room music from the train in Resident Evil 0. Sorry, it's a little awkward to pour from this thing. But it's better than drinking out of it and getting my shirt all wet. Unless I'm wearing like a black shirt or something, I don't want to do that. Not mean cause. All right, so let me see if I can dim these lights just a smidge. Just a smidgerooski here. Nope. Oh, wrong lights. Shit. Hello? Lights? Camera? Huh? Oh, you know what? Let me try turning off the right Light right, light. Why did I type it like that? Okay, okay. I'm dimming the lights a little bit. All right. Hey, don't you do that. I think to get some rubber. Okay, let's see here. Oh, he said, oh yeah, we're Own? He's playing Deadlock and we're playing Slay the Spire. What do you think of that game? Everyone keeps telling me about the game. I have Slay the Spire 1 in my cart, I think, on Steam. But like I don't feel like it has something that I would want. I don't know. Oh, wait, is there a Kingdom Hearts sale going on here? I really want to get Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3. I've never played 3. The Stabbening. What is the Stabbening? Oh, no, I'm good. Hold on, there's a Steam sale happening here. Let me just get a quick preview of this franchises. I want Kingdom Hearts, my guy. Or, I mean, Final Fantasy Remake as well would be good. But I started it on PS4. Oh, here's Kingdom Hearts. Okay. 50% off. 1.5 and 2.5. And then Kingdom Hearts 3. Or I can get, yeah, it's too expensive for me still. It's a card deck. Yeah. I mean, I know the genre of game. It's just that like I haven't had anybody sell me on the idea of it. Like I've had people suggest it to me, but like the one guy that like really suggested it or pushed it, like he didn't sell me the game. Like he didn't really tell me why I would like it, and he already knew I was sort of adverse to card trading games. So like watching the gameplay, I'm just curious to know what might I like out of it. It's not that I don't like card trading games or whatever, TCGs. It's just, I don't know why I personally would like it. My lights, oh shoot, I'm hitting my light button. Oh snap. Oh, you know what? Let me check the big screen here. How's that look? And the art style doesn't really grab me. Like I don't want to crap on the game. I just want to know what is so cool about the game. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? All right, we're about to get started on this. Resident Evil 0. Wait, where's my chat? Where's my chat? Ah, there's my chat. This was the first time playing it, and I'm really enjoying it, trying to see how far I can climb and how many bosses I can beat. Is it co-op? I've heard it was co-op. And is the first one co-op? Because I'm thinking about getting the first one first. But while you share those thoughts, we can continue talking about those. But I'm going to go ahead and get the game loaded in because I want to get this game. I want to get to Resident Evil 1. And I'm also eager to beat this game. So let's continue on. With that said, let's get the YouTube intro going on. All right. What's going on, guys? Have a seat. Welcome back. We are about to get into this is Resident Evil 0. I believe this is the 4th time we were playing through this. I've been trying to do a different save every time. We got to the mansion. We are now in the mansion. This is our first full day on the mansion. I'm excited, nervous, performance anxiety. All the faint sounds of footsteps, those of survivors. I can't read. Oh man. Okay, yeah. So we went through some stuff. We unlocked some things. We're in this mansion here. We found the map, which is very, very helpful. We have our save area. So this is like my main hub, right? 4 people can play and slay the spire. Okay. What about the first one? What about the first one? And do you have the first one? I will play it with you if you think you'll play it. But if you're already on the second one, then like, yeah, no big deal. All right. So I cleared out a lot of this right side area on the first floor. There's also the second floor. So I've been making some decent traction here. Pretty happy. Now, yellow maps are doors that are yellow doors, the little slots, right? Those little latches. I can't highlight it or anything. They are the areas. Oh, there we go. We got a cursor. They are the areas that have unlocked doors. Red doors, they are going to be the ones that we have not unlocked yet. If it is unlocked, it'll indicate, but it will not show you if you have a key to it, though. So that's a totally different story. You got to know what you have keys to. And then the gray rooms are rooms that we have not been to yet. And then the little blinking lights are items, which you can look on the map. Wait, tell me I didn't leave a shotgun over there. Did I leave a shotgun over there? We got to go back and get that. We're going to go back and get those items and drop them up here. That's the first thing we're going to do. We are going to not heal first off, because I want to just scope out the area. So we're not save scumming, but I'm using my resources to my advantage. So rather than healing myself right now, I want to see what I'm getting myself into. I just want to grab these items and bring them back first. So when I go through this door, then hang a left. I have a bad sense of direction, so maps are my best friends, guys. Just letting y'all know. I will forget where the heck I'm going. I also had some adult candy that'll kick in probably like another 20 minutes. So, you know, if you know, you know. So let's just wait. In order to do that, I actually got to have space in my inventory. Yeah, I'm going to drop this grenade launcher for now. Let's go back. Let's go back. Oh, right. I picked up the grenade launcher and dropped the shotgun. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, what would I have picked up that took up that much space and was worth replacing the shotgun with? I'm guessing that I wanted to just bring it back here anyway. So let's go ahead. Let's drop off the shotgun. Or, excuse me. This is a grenade launcher with 6 shots in it. I don't want to be tempted to use it. I'm also going to drop this as well. I don't need these ink ribbons. That's the first thing I should have dropped. I don't need this red herb right now. And then this, I can give. Oh, wait, she has the shotgun. Wait, if she has the oh, this is a hunting rifle, not the shotgun. But it uses shotgun ammo. Okay, that's appropriate. But then I'm going to give him back the knife. That's good for now. Let's go grab our stuff. I just want to have everything in a centralized location. I think it'll just make it easier. That film I thought was needed for that other area, and it turned out to not be for that. That broken glass. My Outlast Trials reflexes kicked in, and I'm like, I'm gonna get docked points for that. That's not how that works in this game. I don't hear any walking. Wait. Oh, wrong way. That door scared, that window scared me for a second. I saw a reflection. It looked, I didn't see people. I just saw moving objects, and I was like, oh no. Is it over here? Yeah, it was a shotgun. And then he's full. And then the gas can. Okay, I don't know why it showed me that other stuff. Hold on. No. Yeah. Piano. The piano gets me. Oh, there it is. This is a bad spot to put it. You can't even see on the camera. Microfilm A. Yeah, I don't think I go drop this off. Let me go share. There you go, YouTube. I'm sorry. What is that? Oh. 1 sec. Mm. There we go. Oh, wait. Whoa, that is not the right way. Come on, Bebop. Come on, Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop. Who knows what game that's from? Good luck. All right, let's drop this microfilm for now. The gas can, it must be for, it looks like it's ammo. This has 7 shots in it. Holy crap. We don't have a lot of shotgun ammo. This holds 7 shots. This one only holds 2, so she's gonna keep the ammo for now. Now let's figure out where we have not gone, because we unlocked some stuff. Let's figure out where we want to go next. We want to go over there next, into that room. That room there is where we want to go. Very descriptive. Whoa, what the hell? Oh. No pistol ammo. And then he has the pistol equipped already, right? I should give him the knife, but I won't. I won't. Oh shit, I gotta remember how to play this game. I don't want to shoot my shot. You really want to use your ears in this game. You want to listen for walking. You're going to hear the zombies more often than not before you see them. Windows. I'm a little nervous here. Nothing over here. Faucet's completely dry. It's probably broken. I don't like this. I see windows and a lot of darkness. I don't like this. Okay, maybe I'm just being... Okay, they're just items. Maybe they won't react. Ooh, I can combine that. Oh, they're both hurting too. I get out of here scot-free? No ambush? Okay. Oh, shit! Help me! Brother! In Christ, help me! Motherfucker, help! Blast them! So I started blasting. Damn! I'm a little salty at that. They really waited. They really waited to get me on that. Well played, game. Well played. Well played. God damn it. Damn! All right, let me go grab those items and drop them off real fast. Son of a bitch. I might bring the grenade launcher for that thing. I don't know. That thing took several shots to the face. No big deal. Are the faint sounds of footsteps those of survivors? I need the microfilm and the shotgun. Yeah. Yeah. Now we know. Now we know. I also know there's no enemies this way, so we're gonna grab. Oh, there's 3 items over here. There's. Whoop. And then there's a green herb in that other room. Why doesn't the gasoline show up on the map? Maybe if I try picking it up. I'm gonna say no, and then I'm gonna check the map. Ah. Okay, so I have to interact with it in order for it to show up on my map. But once I do, then it's there. Nah, man. So, because I didn't drop an item, though. Let's go ahead and use that and pray that we get some more. I know there's a green herb, so I'm going to be able to heal her so he can tank some damage now. I now know it's useful to use that. Let's go. Let's skedaddle. Yeah, so that guy was no slouch. Now, I don't know if I could have just slipped past him. That might be better, honestly, than killing it. Because I was done in that room. And what's it going to do? Follow me? Maybe. I don't know. Oh. So yeah, now that we know that's there, let's try slipping past it and saving my ammo. If I can't get past it after it swings at me or something, then we will just have to scrap it. I just hope that I don't die again, so I don't have to like waste an ink ribbon. I prefer not to use an ink ribbon. Boom. All right, let's go grab this stuff. It activated a monster, but there was no key, so it's not like I unlocked anything new. I should have got that gas can. The challenge is getting past this guy with both my characters. I gotta immediately switch to the other character if he's not here. All right, we got what we needed. We got hit once or twice, but other than that, we came out Gucci. Gucci flip-flops even. Just double checking this. Top part is engraved with the image of a clock. Image of a clock. I don't think I found anything. Oh, fuck! Damn. Is that thing gonna chase me or nah? Let's combine these. All right. And then she can combine these. Do I want to use it right now? She can't take a lot of damage, so the thing is that if she's at caution, she might be close to death, you know what I mean? So I want to be careful. Oh, I bet those things are weak against fire. And I'm probably going to run into more of those things. Let's go ahead and grab that for her. I am going to save it now, actually. Let's find those ink ribbons. Billy, is that you? 09. Damn, he used 3 shots already with the shotgun. So I'm pretty sure we gotta go upstairs now. Creepy ass poster. James Marcus. Let's go to the map real fast. Let's see here. Down. Oh, there's a knife down there. Okay, that is what it is. Upstairs. I might need that microfilm somewhere. Oh yeah, I need to find that scale. How do I get in there? That door right there. Well, I'm gonna have to explore because I don't have anything unlocked right now that I can see. Oh wait. Over here, I have some stairs to a room. All right, let's try getting over there. Good. Right. And then I left the... Yep, I left them there. Okay. And then this should be the door. And then I take the stairs. I should still be on the first floor if I don't go down like 2 flights of stairs, from what I could tell. But if it's a full flight... Oh, this takes me upstairs anyway. Oh, shit. Damn. No, this isn't where I want to go. Where do I go to get there? Unit fun. Is there a ladder that I don't see? shoot. I'm not sure where the next move is. The hell was that? What's a noise? What is that? What is that? But the music? Painting depicts an aristocratic lady. The painter has accentuated her sense of nobility. What was that? The room is filled with art objects. Must be an art storehouse. Is this where she fought those bugs? No. Water motif. Right. Right. We're gonna have to explore with no sense of real direction, unfortunately. Not my favorite approach to this game. But I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go next. Ain't it fun? Whoops. There's a ladder right here, but it doesn't seem like it's on the map. Oh, okay. Some kind of big machine, but there's no way to use it. There's a little crank up there, but it doesn't seem like it's accessible. This stuff right here doesn't seem like it works anymore. So that's nothing. Let's just check out this area again. Maybe there's some items that we missed. Maybe there's some monsters that are blocking something that we didn't check. Oh, yeah. This was, I was trying... Oh! What the heck does that do? That seems odd. All right, the bugs are in there. I have that microfilm, but I'm not sure what I use it on. Oh, it's a solidly built clock. The minute hand is missing from the dial. I don't think I have anything like that right now. There doesn't seem to be any way to... How do you bring it back down? Oh, the thing broke after it went up. The clock gears, nothing special about them. Nothing over here. Can't switch over there. Okay, so there's nothing up here, but let's just go ahead and go all the way through. Go all the way back. We can try the other upstairs doors as well. Sound design for these games are always so creepy with the doors opening and closing. Ridiculous. All right, so now I know there's a clock hand over there. I don't know what it gets me right now, but I need to find where there's a clock missing a hand over there. I gotta grab that. Literally nothing up here that I could find. believe there was nothing in there either. Let me just peek in here again. Was this the... Right. Creepy ass room with nothing in it. I feel like there'd be something in there, but it was nothing. Creaky ass room. Whoops. Oops, oops, oops. Maybe I gotta kill those monsters. Like maybe they're holding something. Sneeze. Powerful sneeze. Oh snap, I forgot to hit up tech about Reanimal. I want to play more of that. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is just an ink ribbon. Right. The save room upstairs. I want to keep those there in case I want to save it for some reason. I've got to be missing something here. What is this? Painting depicts a group of people eating in a dining room. They're all glaring at each other. Oh, geez. Painting depicts a large mob of people brandishing weapons under a blue cloudless sky. Painting depicts a multitude of people fighting in a war. A door. Beard's weird, yelling at the mic. Painting depicts a band of revolutionaries. An artist scaffolding. Perhaps someone was restoring the painting. No! The knight's swords firmly bar access to the door. All right, let me see about the other way. I don't have a film. All I have is that microfilm, and that wasn't what we needed. Wait, let me see if I can go through these pews. Oh. I'm gonna be matching A. Maybe there's something in these pews, or whatever the hell these things are. I can't even interact with it. Nothing. Not a finger. Ugh. All right, well, let me go through this door then. I might check to see if there's any zombies, because maybe if there's zombies, I might not have looked thoroughly through that room. And like that bathroom, maybe that bathroom, he would drop something. Whole painting depicts a baby being held by a young woman and an old woman. A lot of like, was it Elizabethan era? Like Da Vinci era type stuff? Whole paintings line the wall. All of them depict women. Let's go check this locked door. Oh, I remember this one. It's locked. The door is embossed with a fire motif. Yeah, fire motif, water motif. There's a clock hand that we're missing. And then we need some sort of disc. And then we have a microfilm, and we have the gargoyle and the angel. The old man is holding a candle in his hand. The light will guide you to a greater truth. Oh, damn. I have a lighter, though. I bet there's candles or something around here. Let me get this ready. Okay. Oh. Wait a second. You better not tell me. Hold on, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. I gotta go back for a second. We're gonna see something. It's either gonna be a waste of time or I'm gonna be disappointed. Either way, I'm gonna be disappointed. Maybe a little bit of relief. Okay. That was not the solution. Wait. I know it said fuel earlier. I'm taking this with me. Maybe this is kerosene. No, it's gasoline. Okay. Don't need to use it right now. Earlier it said it was out of fuel. I'm pretty certain that maybe I just misread that, but I'm almost certain it said it was out of fuel. And mayhaps I'm wrong, but you don't use gasoline for these kind of lights. But what dost thou knoweth? What dost thine knoweth? Right? Right? Maybe if I am misseth informeth. I'll stop. Oh boy. Hurting. The light shall guide the way. Next, I'll take the lighter to the flashlight, or to the painting. There, is that light actually lit in that picture? The candle is burnt out. Don't need to use this right now. I find that hard to believe. What? The light will guide you to a greater truth. There's a light right there. Wait. Oh, wait. Maybe can I take this candle? No. That chandelabra. Bruh. Bro, there's got to be something here, right? Oh, what is this? Someone has evidently used this computer recently. It doesn't seem to be working anymore, though. You telling me I can't interact with this big ass light? Okay, well, there's a step ladder over there that I would break my neck on. Okay. That door looks suspicious. Wait, is there a door right here? It's locked. Covered in dust now. What? What the hell do I do here? I'm confusion. I feel like it's obvious what I need to do is I just take my lighter and I light that thing. Right? But no. Excuse me. Yeah, and then that thing takes me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty, but that's not what I need right now. Well, won't you please take me home? Thank you. Thank you. Let me think. I got one more door up here to go through. I'm getting more familiar with the area, though. I know I can tell where I'm going, which is good. I'm getting familiarity. That makes everything easier to traverse. If I can't figure out where to go, I'm gonna go take out those other zombies that I saw and try to see if I can beat them.
Here.
Okay.
I did not tell you. I did not tell you to do that. What button did I hit? I was nowhere near that button. Ooh. Notice to all staff, this document is very old. Much of the writing is illegible. Oh, I think I've seen this one. Regular meetings of the vaccine research and infectious agent teams will be held. Both meetings are security level 5, and it will be in the following locations. Oh, okay, no, this is new. First floor, West Operations Control Room. Second floor, Southeast Meeting Room. The entry code shall be 815. 815. 815. That's useful. And I was already in here. Very old fireplace. There's only a small trace of ash left. Wait, you know what? Let me check something here. Notice to all staff. All right, so I can if I forget, it's right there. 815. I got my fire bombs. There's some candles over there. Are those electric candles? What's this lighter even for, bro? Get my way. Respectfully. I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at somebody. I'm mad at the thing. The Hulk. Fantastic Four. Alrighty then. We'll head back downstairs. We'll go fight those monsters. Those... Wait, is that a door? Move. The rain seems to have let up, but the sky is still covered with dark, ominous clouds. Yes. Quite. Beautiful painting. Beautiful. Is it this way I need to go? No, it's upstairs. It's that first door. Excuse me. I haven't really discovered much of anything yet, but I'm not trying to die. So we gonna bust out the big weapons, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start with Rebecca here. Wait, is this the right way? I think it's downstairs. It's downstairs. Nah. Oh yeah, Lyndon, are you still there? Well, I think I will grab a snack actually. In a little bit. Oh shit! Ugh. Ow! What do you mean I can't equip this now? Oh? He did not indeed drop anything. You said the fire is new? Yeah, I've been holding on to those for a while. I didn't want to kill these things because I didn't think I would get anything from them. I didn't get anything from that one, so I'm hesitant to go for the other one now. Oh yeah, I was gonna say about doing VOD review for your match. I forgot about that. You didn't remind me about it. But after I'm done playing this, I can watch a match or two. And then, what up, Tech? I was actually gonna hit you up. I was actually just thinking about DMing you about Reanimal as well. I don't know if you're up for it tonight. Door is locked. It doesn't seem to have a keyhole anywhere. The top is engraved with the image of a clock. So if I get the clock, and that probably goes there. I don't think this guy is gonna drop anything. I'm not inclined to want to go fight this thing. That hurt. No worries, man. No worries. I'm not inclined to want to fight this thing. But screw it. Screw it. I hope this doesn't have splash damage onto myself. Ah! Ow! You jackass! Ah, shit. I didn't equip the gun yet. Did you just face check a freaking grenade to the face? Oh shit, she's about to die. Yeah, they didn't get me anything. They didn't give me anything, so I didn't find anything new there. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I'm missing the wing for the gargoyle. I think I did save it before I did all that moving around stuff, though. I gotta pick up like maybe one thing, but that's not that big of a deal. Are the faint sounds of footsteps those of survivors? Question mark? So probably around like 9:30, 9-ish o'clock. I'll switch over. Damn. Let me check my map to see if there's any items I gotta go get. I don't know if I grabbed the microfilm yet. Oh, I did. Okay. Shit, what do I need to do? I did not find anything new. And fighting those guys will not get me anything new. I discovered some puzzles, but that's not going to help me. That's just a knife. Maybe I'll go back downstairs and just explore. There's a ladder over there, I guess. That takes me back over there, but maybe there's something... something there? Wait, what is this? Is that a hole? Wait, what? Bruh. There was a ladder there the whole time? Oh, hell no. All right. Why is my controller vibrating? I don't like that. Authorized personnel only. Danger. I'm gonna turn the hell around once the monster attacks me. The sewage water gives off a bad stench so bad. Makes your eyes water. Oh, God. Oh, wow. Nothing attacked me. Well, okay then. Okay then. Where am I on the map, actually? Uh-oh. I hear footsteps. Oh, I'm back at the crash. I'm back at the train. Ooh, 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 ooh. Right. Did I leave any zombies unkilled out here? That's just a knife. I might grab that. Yeah, I can't get to that other area either. Hey, I'll grab the knife. Why not? Damn. Thought I found something new. This is actually where I started. Don't look at me like that, Rebecca. Rebecca Blamers. Head back up the ladder. Shit. Let me go look at all my items on the map, actually. Let me see if I have anything that might be of aid. Just the microfilm, and that doesn't... Let me examine it again. Let me examine the microfilm again. I don't know what it does. Not that. Not there, there. Not there, there. Ha ha! There. Oh, dang. Well, I won't be fighting those things again. Shit. Well, I can use my D-pad to move. Let's examine this again. This is the only key type item that I have. Insert this film into a projector to preview its contents. I feel like there has to be a projector in that room upstairs. Or right here. No, not this room. Is it upstairs? I thought it was downstairs. Oh, snap! But it ain't that way. It is upstairs. Okay. The main entrance upstairs. Oh yeah, no, it's 815 for that password too. 815, whatever that comes into play. Wait, is there a light over here or something? No, 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 there's a notch for wings. So I gotta find the wings. Is this not a projector up here? Security system locked. Insert system disk. No, I was asking for a disk. Where's the projector at? Do these rooms have names? I keep hitting the wrong button to pull up the map. Wait, how many rooms are there? Okay, so the first, second, and third floor, and then there's the basement. I need to go back up to the third floor again to see what I can find up there. Weird ass place, man. What is... hide frame, item list, select map. There's no name for these rooms, unfortunately. I feel like a place, an area like, so this is like some sort of training room. I feel like they would have a projector in this area. I mean, maybe in that room to the left of me. But I don't know. And then there's that area over there. Wait. What is this door? I'm there. This door takes me there. There is no other door over there. There's two doors over here that are both locked. Yeah, firmly locked. Locked from the other side. There's a ladder over there. Wait. That ladder right there would take me to this ladder right here. Yeah, those, yeah. Maybe that's the thing that I haven't done yet. Maybe there's an enemy in there that I have to fight. But let me get out of here. Let me go back downstairs and go do that. I believe I have the mixed herb on Rebecca already, right? Yeah, okay, I got the mixed herb on her. I'm gonna bring this microfilm. I am willing to drop it if I can't find a use for it right there, and I'll go back and backtrack to it to get it. That, or I'd probably use, I can also use my healing item first. Wait, hold on. I could exchange it, but I don't think there's anything there. The old man is holding a candle in his hand. The light will guide you to a greater truth. There's something obvious there that I'm missing. Damn, man, you blocked my camera view like that. Creepy. That is one of the more jarring effects of having a second character with you. It's almost like an escort mission, and if you think about it, it's almost like an escort game, only your dude fights with you, but you have to manage them. So I feel like since you have to manage them, there's still a sense of escort to that. So I would say this is technically an escort game. Now the monsters aren't this way, they're on the other side. Yeah, okay. I was doubting myself for a second there. I get the microphone. I gotta keep an eye out for a projector as well. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. This is the mess area, the dining area. Ooh. Oh, hold on now. Bam. I'll come back to that later. Red door, fire motif? Yeah. Wait, what was that? Move, move, move! Various cooking utensils line the back of the counter. Must be a kitchen. Oh. How do I get into the kitchen? Have I been in the kitchen? Has someone been in the kitchen with Dinah? Did I know? Oh, 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 oh. Strumming on the old banjo. I'm sorry to hear about your headache, by the way, Tech. I don't know if I said that earlier. I don't want you to blow your horn. Did I really not climb this ladder before? I find that hard to believe. I will blast you. Run up on me. Go, get in front of me. Get in front of me. Run up on me. I dare you. I dare you. Shee. What is this guy right here? Who are you right here? Why should I trust you? Hey, yo, buddy. Mother... Yo! Oh, shit. Sorry. She is hurting for ammo right now. Ah. I couldn't really... no, I couldn't get past those guys. Ooh, 2 green herbs. But either way, it's always important to interact with them, even if I don't have the space for it. Okay. But I do have the space for it. I might actually just keep these as is for now, and if I need to, I'll combine them. Wait, so where am I? Where am I right now? Yeah, I have 2 of those. I can combine those. They're both fine right now, which is great. I got 2 green herbs. Whatever, let me go ahead and unlock this door so I can make a shortcut. Great. All right, so at least I have that other way around, but what else? Can I use my hook shot here? I don't know. It looks like a scalable wall, but it didn't give me a prompt or anything. The handrail has collapsed from the looks of it. It didn't just rot away either. God dang. It did not. Hey, buddy, you good? I will fold you, sir. So that got me nothing other than unlocking that door, right? There was nothing else to get up here. I don't know why I thought that taking this would get me something more than that. It got me 2 healing herbs. That's nice. I feel like I'm missing something here. Oh, well, let me go back through here and get attacked by something, I'm sure. Right? It feels like it's about a zombie to spawn or something. No? All right. Hell yeah. I'll take that. But that got me nowhere. Now look, there's a big green screen back, or a big screen back here. Because the screen isn't displaying anything at the moment. Right. I feel like there is a projector somewhere. Wait, these can't be the projectors. These look like lights or something, no. But I don't see anything in here. Right? Now, let me look at the map real fast, and if I go... No, if I go floor... No. Let me look for some other kind of ladder. Wait, how do I get there? How do I get in there? That's where I thought I would end up. Wait, what? Wait, so how do I get in there? That's just ammo. There's, wait. Oh, fire motif. I'm kind of inclined to want to Google it, but let me go back to that door. Let me go back to that door. Shit, where am I? Oh, okay. Let me go back to that door and try putting fire on it. That doesn't make any sense, but let's just try that out. I don't have any water or fire items in my inventory. Oh, wait. No, my key items would be with my other items. I don't think this has a separate inventory. Oops. I kind of like using the D-pad a little bit too. Pour some gasoline on that bitch. I was wondering if I can make more napalm or more. There's a door right here, right? Yeah, fire motif. Maybe there's something to light in here. Like a candle. Damn. I think there's a ladder in the kitchen. No. No, there's no ladder in the kitchen. Let me try something here. Let me go back and let me try getting through here. So I gotta go north, then go down or go up the stairs or down the stairs, whatever it is. That says down. Is this blocked off? Yeah, the fire's in the way. Shit. Yeah. Damn it. Well, yeah. Hey, what was that? Did I see shining? I did. Oh, I can't get over there though. Is there nothing I can interact with around here? Okay, so I think the next clue is somewhere around here. Like I gotta find this steam room. Wait, is it this way? There's a no. I think I went the wrong way. No, I didn't. No, this Yeah, I did that ladder already. That's the earlier ladder. Stacked up. Various materials lie stacked. I love the little spider piano. I know I want to get back to that boiler room area. That's the next area of interest for me is the boiler room. There's got to be some sort of valve or something that I'm missing. How do I get there? If not that way. I do appreciate that they don't let me hurt myself, and I also get a like I can interact with it. That would have been really confusing if I couldn't interact with that and didn't know what to do. Okay. Sink faucet. Not a single drop of water comes out. I may actually look up a tutorial of sorts to see what I'm missing. I want to know if I'm even on the right page here and I'm just missing something. So we might watch some together real fast. Call it cheating if you want. I don't mind. That's I enjoy games how I enjoy them. If I get too stuck, I want to know like if I'm on the right direction or not. And then usually I'll leave it alone. Or if I'm curious, right? I don't like spoilers. That's usually why I don't use guides. But I don't have any pride against figuring out how to actually get to the spoiler, you know, get to the storyline. No, this isn't the way. Do you know the way? Do you know the way? Tech, I want to bust out the VR headset, man, and play some VR games. Not the freaking, not that other game, but there's a game called Elite Dangerous. And I haven't tried VR on this PC yet. Right, so that's why I'm really curious to try it out. Is that I have not done VR on this PC, and I had an issue with it running on my other PC, and I never figured out what the exact issue was. And I thought the issue would be, I thought the solution, listening for zombies, I thought the solution would be buying a new headset, but it's possible my PC was the issue. So I'm curious to at least test it out. So soon here, I want to bust out my VR because I have two of them. Technically, not technically. Yeah, I have two. Actually, I have two headsets. One has like a scratched lens, so it's not very fun. And I thought maybe like it was just busted, so I bought another one for cheap on like Facebook. But maybe they both work just fine. And then I think I thought it was the controllers. My wife and I really want some VR stuff. And like to differing degrees. Me more than her probably. Is it up these stairs? What stairs are these? Yeah, okay. Oh, this isn't really a boiler room, but this is the other area. Yeah. Firmly secured. This is the other area that I thought was sort of boiler roomy, but it isn't the same thing. Wait, is there a door over here? Nothing? Yeah, we're about to find a walkthrough and see what we're missing here. I tried interacting with all of these, right? Machine wait for windings. I've tried this 4 times. Bruh. Zombies for sure. Ah, zombies for sure. E I don't have any ammo, man. Maybe I can take it and run. I'm gonna try to run. But if I gotta dip quick from some swamp monster ass zombie things. Is it a wing? No, it's a key. A regular. One second. One second. What up, big homie? It's Tony. I'm right next to him. Can I just... I'm right there. Look, we're right here. I'll give her the gun with the moment. Bruh. Whoops. We going clubbing. We're going clubbing, yeah. You ready to run, fool? Hell no! A giant centipede?
Rebecca!
Yeah. Yeah. Look at her. What the heck, bro? Yeah. Come on. Oh my God. Shit. He's hurting. Come on. Damn it. Woo. Damn. on. Come on. Go down. Damn it. Come on. Am I hitting him? I'll probably call it if I die here. Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god, the knife, because she has the freaking. Damn. Dude, it's a little.
Resident Evil.
Let me think.
0.
Yeah, okay. So I will end it there because I want to do this VOD review and then maybe play. There's a couple other games I might play, but I'm gonna take a short break first. So Lyndon, if you can hear me, send me those VODs that you want me to check out. I'm also gonna look up a playthrough for this and see, like, well, no, I figured it out. I figured out what I needed to do, actually. No, I don't need to look up a playthrough. I just need to make sure I have the right weapons ready to go next time. So next time we play this, I will have my loadout ready to go. Like I said before, you know, I might have picked up a few things, but there was nothing essential. There was some green. I know where 2 green herbs are now in that area that I got to get in that ladder, and it opens another door for me. So I did find some stuff and making some progress. I'm making some progress. But we gotta go ahead and get those things again, then get our loadout properly. I'm pretty sure that Rebecca's too weak to spin the thing, so I gotta make sure that they pulled a switcheroo on me, because I thought he was gonna be stuck up there holding the thing up while she was down there in the pool and like had to fight something to get out. Perhaps I did not expect a boss fight to happen. So, and I did not expect Rebecca to be the one that got captured as a result. On the YouTube now, appreciate it. How's that looking? How's that sounding? So what I got to do is just prep, right? All of next stream is going to be all prep work. And well, I've already done the prep work, really. I just got to get the loadout that I want and get that loadout onto the right character. And then
Perfect.
And then we'll be good to go and we can fight this boss properly rather than just having 6 shots and a knife to deal with the character. I still have my Molotovs because I didn't use those. I still have the grenade launcher, which Rebecca had. And then I know there's some handgun ammo in that other room as well. So there's 2 green herbs and some handgun ammo that I can grab. Plus, we'll also get the angel wings that'll unlock that scale puzzle. So we figured out a lot, even though we didn't accomplish a lot today. We have all the knowledge we need for next time. So if you're watching us on YouTube, you know, we didn't get a lot done, but like and subscribe, you'll get the notification for the next video, and that way you'll be able to follow along with the progress. So thank you guys so much. And as always, I will see you all in the next one. For everybody on stream, we are going to take a short break. I'm going to get something to drink. No, not get some drink. I'm gonna get some snacks, and then I'm gonna figure out how to get these the VOD review for I just call him Lyndon. I don't think you have you told me what to call you yet, but yeah, I got a video for him. So we're gonna take that short break, and then we will be right back after I grab some snacks and go to the bathroom. That's the other thing I got to do. All right, we'll be back in a little bit. Thank you guys. Keep hanging out. Get your snacks, go to the bathroom, and we'll be back in a few. What did you have to say? Let me check your messages real fast. Well, why did I go to there? Where are you? My scenes keep jumping around. Let me read. I'm sorry, I'm reading what you're saying. Do you just look at it in game? I think I can. I wasn't sure how you sent it, but I think I can. If you can find the match, I'll look at your account and see if you can't figure it out. And then if we have to, I can do a video call, but I'll try to find your matches. It depends on what you want to do. But let me go ahead and take this short break. I'll be right back. All right. Whoop. Okie dokie. Actually, one second. There we go. Okay. Let me go ahead and change this. I love this music.